All right, everybody. Donald Trump is looking quite awful at the second White House Correspondents Dinner. And only moments after this clip, he is confronted to his face about his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. I mean, look at his eyes are swollen shut as he sips what is presumably a Diet Coke before he walks on stage and accuses everybody in the room of having Trump derangement syndrome because they simply said that free speech matters, that the First Amendment is legit, and that Epstein was a pedophile, which is just the truth. Donald Trump in this clip as well is sleeping. And I don't know, watching this in 4K or having someone record their TV really brings out just how old Donald Trump is looking. He could barely open his eyes all throughout the day, even during his press conference earlier on in the day. It's interesting, this clip has been going viral from his press conference of West Wing aide Natalie Harp watching Donald Trump take questions. And it's kind of odd. Natalie Harp and Donald Trump are reported to have been passing notes to each other over the past few months, notes saying like, "You mean the world to me," and they stay up late nights together. Watch this clip. Natalie Harp is just eerily smiling at Donald Trump like the movie Obsession. She is constantly trailing him 24/7. And knowing some of the jokes that he makes later on in the speech, it's kind of relevant. It is very, very relevant. We will get there, but returning on to this, Donald Trump is quite literally asleep. His eyes are swollen shut, and then Wolf Blitzer takes the stage. Wolf Blitzer immediately jumps in to the Wall Street Journal's reporting on Trump's close relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. Remember, Trump filed a lawsuit against the Wall Street Journal for $10 billion, and it got shot down.
The Journal's courageous reporting on President Trump's past relationship with financier Jeffrey Epstein triggered the release of the so-called Epstein files, thousands of documents that might otherwise have remained hidden from the public. And despite the president's threat of a lawsuit, the Journal published a story about a provocative letter to Epstein bearing President Trump's signature. Trump quickly filed a $20 billion lawsuit against the Journal, revealing reporter Khadija Safdar's home address. Her family had to be relocated. The Journal was kicked off of Air Force One, but the reporters continue to file revelatory stories. Please welcome the winners of the Katharine Graham Award from the Wall Street Journal. Khadija Safdar, Sadie Gurman, Annie Linsky, Josh Dawsey again, Alex Leary, Rebecca Ballhaus, and Ryan Barber.
It is wild.
Palazzolo could not attend tonight.
It is wild that they are standing there and Trump is within the proximity after he docks them. Absolutely wild. Let's go on to see if they go down the row and shake Trump's hand. Wow. Then they're looking face to face with the guy. It looks like she walks away pretty easily. Oh my God, wait, did she just snub him right there? I didn't notice this the first time around. Watch. The woman who Donald Trump doxed comes up, looks at him, then just kind of rolls her eyes and walks away. And it seems like Trump goes, well, what the hell? Yeah, you doxed her family and her family had to be relocated. Of course she's going to snub you. Wow, what an absolute weirdo Donald Trump is. Then Trump comes on stage and says, this group really is the largest group of Trump derangement syndrome people ever put together. I feel like the number one rule when you're being made fun of in some manner is you're not supposed to get mad at it. Once you're getting mad at it, you're just sitting there seething. And then it looks like you're the kid in gym class who's a sore loser whenever you lose dodgeball. You're the guy who just melts down because your ego is so fragile.
Publicity, 93. So how the hell did I win the election by so much? Think of it, I don't think that's true. I can't believe it's 93. In the 80s maybe, but not 93. But this place is really the largest group of Trump derangement syndrome people ever put together at one time, I suspect. Publicity.
Oh my God, ever put together at one time? Bro. Donald Trump has tried to sue like 3/4 of the outlets in that room. He's probably personally attacked every single female journalist in that room. He's probably called everyone in that room a nasty reporter or a nasty person one time or another and gotten in some sort of meltdown with them while trying to strip away their broadcast licensing. What do you mean they have Trump derangement syndrome? They just ask you fair and tough questions, except for the right-wing hacks. By the way, the one independent variable that was not thought of by the Trump admin was independent media. You and I collectively pushing to make sure that the truth is out there. So I appreciate every single person that has our back. We have your back every single day. Make sure you drop a like on this video below and subscribe. Right here, we have journalist Weijia Zhang calling out the First Amendment and calling out Trump.
Make sure it carries her through to the next 250 and beyond. President Trump, I've covered you for a long time, and so have many reporters in this room. When we ask questions, you push back, you give us answers, and we push back. You have always been a deal guy. Well, that's the deal. And the First Amendment is a done deal. And that's what we toast tonight, the freedoms that brought us back together even after they were threatened. So let's raise a glass to what makes ours a beautiful country. And now...
And then everybody toasts. Listen, the White House Correspondents Dinner is supposed to be a celebration of the First Amendment, the freedom of speech, and the freedom of press. It's kind of weird to have Donald Trump doing the longest headline speech at an event like this when he is the largest purveyor of attacking the First Amendment and attacking the freedom of speech and freedom of press that America has been founded on for hundreds of years. He has used his presidential power to sue many platforms, and he even uses this event as an opportunity to try to shit on CNN and say the Ellisons are going to take over someday. I mean, Caitlin Collins won a massive award here, which is amazing. She's great at what she does. And then she shook Trump's hand, which is fine. But Donald Trump has directly called Caitlin Collins a nasty person, a bad reporter, a bad journalist. He has tried to attack CNN and is trying to strip it of its, of its ability to report the news in a fair and unbiased way. And it's weird. It creates a chilling effect across all news networks. Here's Trump talking about Nicki Minaj twerking. I don't know.
But after hearing the gunshots, many people yelled, get down, which caused Nicki Minaj to start twerking. Do you believe it? Get down. She's the only one that really understood what that meant. It's quite an evening. But tonight we come back together to answer that.
I just want the economy to be good, bro. I just want to be able to buy a house. I just want my friends not to be in debt, to be able to find a good job. I just want people to not be struggling and suffering. And this is what we get. Here's Trump on Caroline Leavitt.
And congratulations are also in order for our favorite White House press secretary, Caroline Leavitt, who just had her second child. You and your husband. She's great. She's done a fantastic job. We all love her. She's done a fantastic job. She's another one. She can be nasty. But sometimes she has no choice, right? But Caroline may have one of the hardest jobs in the White House. She has to deal with all of you all of the time.
I mean, Trump is he's one of the weirdest people ever. He's got this proclivity for blonde women that he doesn't hide. I'm not making this up here. We know it because he's had multiple blonde wives. He talked about his daughter Ivanka, saying that she's blonde and that he's attracted to her, and has said that if she weren't his daughter, he would be dating her. He has blonde women working all around him, like Caroline Leavitt. There are rumors that Natalie Harp and him pass notes. I mean, just read this. Natalie Harp, 34, is the personal assistant to 80-year-old Donald Trump and reportedly accompanies him virtually everywhere around the clock. She manages his Truth Social account, prints out flattering articles from conservative websites, carries them in a Lululemon tote bag. According to two independent books, one by Michael Wolff, one by Maggie Haberman and Jonathan Swan of the New York Times, Harp allegedly left admiring notes in Trump's private quarters, such as, "You are all that matters to me." Trump reportedly said she would never leave him. Melania Trump is also said to have found Harp late one night in the president's private residence. According to these accounts, the Secret Service at one point viewed Harp as a potential security concern because of her unusually strong personal attachment. Whether the two have had a romantic relationship has never been officially confirmed. We don't know. But Harp's brother, who lives in Nicaragua, said that he has not been in contact with her since 2020, and her relationship with the president is very unhealthy. Now, rewatch this clip of her staring him down while he's doing his press conference with his eyes swollen shut. Continuing with this clip of Donald Trump, he starts ranting about his ballroom, and everybody just seems confused. He confuses the entire crowd because he's not making sense.
But you're going to be safe. We're building something that's going to be amazing. And in light of what we went through, I think people understand it. It's going to be amazing. A phenomenal, one of the biggest drone ports anywhere in the world, right on the roof, right protecting the White House. Not only the ballroom, and what's underneath, it's supposed to be a top military secret, what's underneath, but then you get sued as usual, and you have to reveal that
It's supposed to be a top military secret, but he just...
building this unbelievable situation downstairs with room after room of very complex stuff. It was the military's dream to have it built. I wanted to have a ballroom because for 150 years they wanted it. And
Bro, nobody seems to care. Nobody seems to care. Look at this. They're so confused by what he's saying.
He's so unbelievable. Never happen again. Because there's very little built under the White House. Very hard to build under a very fragile building like that. It's very fragile. It's old and a little different construction standards, frankly. And this is an opportunity.
Does anybody in the crowd care about this at all? I mean, this guy seems to be perplexed. This guy in the crowd, is he just shaking his head side to side? Looks like it. He's like, what the hell is being talked about here? Trump continues to talk about the ballroom.
So I was thrilled to see that after witnessing the attack, even Democrat Senator John Fetterman told his fellow Democrats to drop the Trump derangement syndrome and build the White House ballroom.
The real Trump derangement syndrome is the people that go along with every single thing Trump does. He then starts to brag about the chandeliers. I mean, I'm not even going to play this clip. This one is wild. He talks about David Ellison making fantastic changes to CNN, while the CNN workers and crew are sitting like feet away from him.
But tonight's event, thank you. But tonight's event is even crazier than the last time. In fact, it's so successful that I've been informed by CBS News' David Ellison, who's going to do a job. He's the owner. He's the owner. He bought it, spent a lot of money, and he's going to make, I think, fantastic changes and keep some of the great stuff going. But then next year, they're going to call it the Trump White House Correspondents Dinner. He told me that. And I like that very much. We're going to change the name of it, okay?
Just think about this. Donald Trump is allowing the Ellison family, the father and son duo, to accumulate the platform of like half of the people in this room. They own TikTok. They own CBS. They're going to buy CNN. They're going to continue to accumulate all of this until they own everything. Donald Trump then continues to go on and on and on. He goes on for 90 seconds about Tenderloin. He goes on for another 30 seconds about Joe Biden.
Most incredible things anybody's ever seen. People said it's one of the most incredible nights of their lives. So just remember, before I came along, if you
I mean, this guy is just totally uninterested in what's happening right here.
You wanted to see someone lose consciousness on the South Lawn of the White House,
It's gonna be a Joe Biden joke.
all you had to do is ask Joe Biden a question.
Wow, you really got that one out well. You really landed that zinger. He goes on for another minute about how he can't be sarcastic with the press because they never understand sarcasm. Dog, you're never being sarcastic when you're talking about running for a third term and when you're doing all this fascistic BS. I'm going to leave it there. I think that we just need to remember freedom of speech is important. Freedom of press is important. We need to continue to hold the line on this type of freedom because these individual freedoms allow America to be the best it can be. It allows our institutions to be held accountable, our politicians to be held accountable. It allows the people to have the most insight and transparency so we can all ultimately live in a harmonious society where we achieve our own interests, become the best version of ourselves. That happens in a functioning, clean, healthy democracy, which is what we fight for on the Adam Mockler feed. If you want to join the mission, drop a like, subscribe. I love each and every single one of you. I have your back every day. Thank you for having mine. See y'all. Peace out.